Oh yeah, he's back. The crack of the bat, the ping of the crossbar, and the roar of the crowd. We cover everything you want to talk about. It's the Rod Pedersen Show.
Good morning, Canada and Canadian sports fans around the world. Welcome to the Rod Pedersen Show. Whew. Stressful little time around here in the bunker leading up to showtime. How are you, Dupes?
I'm good.
I'll just say this. The Listen Live feed is working. We got it going 30 seconds ago. Nothing that you did wrong. You fixed it.
No time.
But for anybody that's out of the tractor right now, seeding, are they spraying yet? I think they are.
They might be.
If they're spraying, yeah, it is June, getting into mid-June. You got it fixed. You're handy, man. He goes, I'm handy. And I said, are you handy around the house or handy with a computer? There's a difference.
Yeah. Don't ask me, don't hire me to do your thing because it'll be totally messed up. But I can, between YouTube and Google, I can usually fix it. So.
Oh. Carlos Lehena writes in and says, is your Facebook display working today? Ish. I can see that it's you, Carlos, writing. And the thing, before we get into the serious sports talk, as serious as we get here every day, it warmed my heart to see Brian in Terre Haute, Indiana, the snowman, write in and say, how's it going, Wayne, in Victoria? And Wayne's like, oh, it's wet out here in Victoria. This is like the coffee shop. We need to put a bell on that door so whenever anybody comes in, ding, ding,
yes.
Like the coffee shop. We're all sitting here having coffee. And Bo Halverson, one of our viewers, writes in and says, nice bunny hugs, guys. And that's Saskatchewan language vernacular for a hoodie. And maybe we'll start there. If you go and look at our Instagram story, you'll see that a special delivery came in the mail yesterday. And I got my Sask Wyverns hoodie on, bunny hug, from the Wyverns Korean baseball team. We're going to be talking a lot of Korean baseball, so that is a precursor to today's show, a disclaimer, if you will. You have your Hanwha Eagles bunny hug on.
Yep.
And I got to say, you're right. This is cozy.
It's like fuzzy, like fleece on the inside.
It's old school.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
You said this came out of the States, though, not from Korea.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if it's how official it is, but yeah, they're all right.
I put it on my Instagram, and the Korean Baseball League liked my post.
Oh, wow.
In Korea, so they don't have a problem with knockoffs.
I guess
cheap knockoffs, like the National Football League.
Yeah.
And the greedy NBA guys and so forth. And speaking of clothing, where did the gear go from Direct West?
I get it.
You took it? No, you don't need to take it.
It's another room.
I just want to say thank you to Key Janot, the CEO over there at Direct West, and his wonderful staff. I don't want to be that guy. And I appreciate that you think that I'm a large. But I'm not. I'm a tweener. I'm XL, double XL. But this is an XL. So what do I say? Thank you, Direct West. You got him right at medium.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need a little bigger jacket. So you're going to talk to them about that?
We will.
I guess I just did.
It's good because we got conversations with them about some other things to enhance the partnership, so it'll be perfect.
That'll open the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, lots to get to. Appreciate everybody checking in this morning, wherever you may be listening and watching from. Hockey Hall of Famer and Pittsburgh Penguins assistant coach Mark Recchi is going to be with us. He's our very first guest coming up here in hour one. Our hockey analyst, Jared Dumbo, will join us. There's a lot of conjecture in the hockey world. I just heard yesterday that maybe the NHL plan has taken a step back. I tried to find that somewhere and couldn't. I don't know if you know anything about that or not. There's just people are all over the map. We've got Murray McCormick joining us. It's actually a Hall of Fame lineup because Murray McCormick is the executive director, I believe, of the Regina Sports Hall of Fame. They made an announcement yesterday that'll allow Murray to announce himself. He's also the beat writer for the Saskatchewan Roughriders for the Regina Leader-Post, and he made some big scoops over the last little while that the Riders' staff were taking pay cuts, that the team announced a $200,000+ loss. That was all on Murray. So we're going to talk some Riders in CFL with Murray McCormick. And Scott Flory joining us, Canadian Football Hall of Famer and the head coach of the U of S Huskies football program. He's going to join us from Saskatoon to sort out, and I appreciate Scott for doing this, all of what yesterday's announcement means for the teams and the athletes that Canada West has canceled the fall schedule of sports. Okay? So let's go. With the quick six show topics. You got the sound effect ready for that, Jordan? Can you get it ready? The quick... Yay! Quick six show topics. It goes well together.
Yeah.
With the horn. Monday fallout from the Canada West News and my PFC report. I'm going to come back on this and revisit it. 2, CFL hub cities. Farhan Lalji was on TSN 1290 Winnipeg yesterday afternoon, the afternoon ride. I listened to it. He had some very interesting information about where the CFL is going. And I'll just tease you by saying he feels Canada West canceling its season has made it more possible for the CFL to play. Okay? So think about that.
Okay.
Point 3, this topic came up at the end of yesterday's show, more so when the mics went off and we were talking about this. Is it worthwhile to save CFL 1.0 as it stands right now, to have this Save the CFL campaign and a CFL Live Aid fundraiser? Or, as I said to you, your house is burning. Are you going to splash water on it and save it, or just say, let it go?
Yeah.
We'll rebuild.
I think I followed that up with, you're already on the phone with insurance. Like, the first few flames have gone and you're already on the phone with the insurance adjuster. So I don't know. I don't know where I sit on that, because it's a nice house. And there's a lot of nice things in there, and there's a lot of
great house.
A lot of nice memories in there that you want to save. Now, the memories don't go if CFL 1.0 disappears. They can still remain, right? So there's a lot to go into this, a lot of thought.
That's why I take such pride in coming up with these poll questions with you guys every day. That was going to be a poll question. I wasn't quite sure how to word it, and some people are getting really offended with anything to do with CFL talk, which I'm getting to. But point 4 is what our poll question is. Should Colin Kaepernick come to the CFL? I'm just spitballing there, but our NFL insider, Tori Gurley, brought up the good point yesterday that Colin Kaepernick probably doesn't want to take an NFL contract if it's for political reasons. He wants them for football reasons. But why Colin Kaepernick's not getting a contract, according to Tory, and it makes sense to me, is because he hasn't played in a long time. He's not that good. That's one, and probably 1A is teams do not want the distraction. So unless you're going to come in here and be the next Lamar Jackson, we don't need you. Mm-hmm. So what would be the next course of action? Coming to the Canadian Football League and lighting the world on fire.
Yeah. Where you could play, where you could, stretch the legs, so to speak, and see, show what he can still do, that he can still play. I mean, he claims he can still play, claims he's still in good enough shape, and that he still has the ability. Just he wants somebody to give him a chance. And you're right. At some point, it's not about black versus white. It's about the distraction. And, you're trying to get all of these guys on a team, 50 to 60 guys on a team, all pointed in the same direction. But, whether one guy wants to or not, if there's extra media coming around or there's extra attention and you're getting poked and prodded all the time, makes it difficult for everybody to stay united and move in one direction.
Yeah, they don't want attention. The NFL gets enough attention. It reminds me of the text I got from Paul this morning saying, "What's exciting, pal? Nothing's exciting, Paul. I'm okay with no excitement. Let's just ride it out. I've had enough excitement in my life. I like quiet."
Yeah.
NFL doesn't need the pub attached to Colin Kaepernick, but we in the CFL do.
He'd be great up here.
So the results so far in the Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center poll question, I've had it up for an hour. Should Colin Kaepernick come to the CFL to restart his pro football career? 51% of you saying yes, 49% of you saying no way. And so that's ablaze. Talk about a polarizing issue. I can sniff out a polarizing issue like a fart in the car. That's my specialty. Polarizing, 50-50, whether Cap should come to the CFL or not. So we'll be talking about that today. People are writing in, and they don't really understand my concept of saving CFL 1.0 as it is now, or letting it burn to the ground, calling insurance, and rebuilding. Here's what happens if it burns to the ground. Mike Riley has 3 more years left on a deal that's $700,000 plus. That's 3 more years of a stupid contract that's killing the league. Okay? So if the league dies, i.e. folds, every contract becomes null and void. That includes the television broadcast contract, all the sponsorships, the players. We start over. And we put that $500,000 cap on marquee quarterbacks. That's how. Because it'd be pretty hard to save CFL 1.0 right now when people are literally saying out there, I don't want my tax dollars going to prop up a guy making $700,000 as it is. He should have saved. And maybe he did. But the PR backlash right now facing CFL 1.0 is significant. Right? Mm-hmm. That is where the CFL stands to gain from burning it to the ground and rebuilding all all anew. And that's the question. What's better? People are saying, we could just fix CFL 1.0. Wow, there's a lot of fixing. It's a lot of fixing. Point 5. Are we thinking the NFL will really play? And the reason I say that is every other league is canceling or postponing. Canada West has done it, right? I know there's a slight difference between the NFL and the Western Canadian Baseball League, but the concept's the same. Like, you saw Mike Vrabel walking into the Titans facility yesterday with a mask.
Of course.
Well, they're like getting close to training camp time, man. They got a long ways to go to play. Although they've said we're going to play, do you really think they're going to play? And just before, because you have some thoughts on that, but now you got the World Health Organization that doesn't even know what message they're sending out. Is it very rare for asymptomatic people to spread the virus, or is it now 16% can spread the virus of asymptomatic people? They don't even know what they're saying. So I think, as I'm hearing now, of course I come from the sports world, where there are going to be more layoffs, and I know of people that need to feed their families. I was talking to my wife on a long walk about this last night. It's getting to a point where, because I know as a father of 3, I don't give a rat's ass about this virus anymore because it's my job to provide for those kids. We're getting close to that. So I'm sorry. The question was, do you think the NFL will play?
As of this moment, yes, I think the NFL will play. I really do. I mean, they still have the option to push their season back, start later. That's still a definite possibility. But the thing with the NFL is they're not making any decisions now on something that's going to have that they're not going to play for months anyway. They're going to wait. So until they have to, it's going to be all systems go. They're going to continue doing whatever they can, whenever they can. It's different with Canada West. You know, you've got students that are making plans, signing up for classes. You've got CFL draft eligible players coming up. You've got recruiting happening. You're making travel plans. You're putting deposits down on hotels. You're doing all of these things, and every dime matters. If an NFL team puts a deposit down on a hotel and doesn't get that back, it's not going to cripple them. Right? That might cripple a university football team. That's the dollars and cents that we're working with. And there's so much more when it comes to insurance and everything else and continuing to plan ahead. So the decisions have to happen a lot sooner when the margin for error is so much smaller, like it would be in Canada West. So NFL, I still think they're going to go ahead. I do. I think there's just enough money and it's a big enough beast that, you know, you can pay for the extras to have that quarantine, that area. You can take out the first few rows of fans so there's less chance of interacting with a player or a coach when they jump into the end zone and do those things. You can protect the players because it's such a bigger business.
Point 6. Well, actually, on the Kaepernick thing, Brady is watching in Saskatoon, writes, I think Kaepernick will not come to the CFL ever. He has a sponsorship with Nike, and no matter what, he's going to be rich. It's a good point, Brady, but I'll say this. When you act in life with money not your primary motivator, things change. Point being, if Colin Kaepernick wants to play football, he will come to the CFL. If he wants to sit back and say, I'm already rich, I don't want to play, then that tells me a lot about Colin Kaepernick, the football player. So don't base everything on money. And shoot, we could spend hours on that philosophy, right? I'm just saying, don't. You're entering the workforce, you're going to school, Brady. Chasing the money is not always the way to go. Or do it. It's up to you. Maybe Cap's going to do it. But if you want to play football, Johnny Manziel came here and wanted to play football. I actually earned a larger degree of respect for the man that he came up here to play football.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Colin's the same kind of guy. Doesn't seem to be the same type of personality. So, and then point 6 was the face of broadcasting is changing. Nobody cares about that but me and you.
Yep.
But I'll say this. I jump on the stationary bike today that I got at Flamin Fitness. I turn on TSN. I'm like, what the hell? Where's ESPN? Get up. This is how I start my day. The KBO baseball game was going long on TSN. And they had Major League Baseball announcers in their own homes broadcasting it on a monitor from Korea. I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. It's very similar to how we were doing the SJHL sim. You know this is where this industry is going, right? And the guys weren't calling the game. They were talking about Major League Baseball and the salary cap. It was a discussion going, well, we watched the game. Baseball's really been doing that for years, but the other sports haven't.
No.
This is where we're going.
Baseball's a 4-hour story time session.
Well, every sport might be becoming that. If Charles Barkley can call the match a pro-am and it's good,
yeah,
that's going to... Broadcasting is only appealing to a fraction of our viewers, I think, but it's changing. And I can tell you, for me, initially I didn't want to be the guy sitting calling off a monitor. Why would I want to do that? Because we like to travel. We like interacting with the coaches and players. However, having said that, if I only have to drive across town, sit here for a couple hours, you don't even have to do the prep that I was used to doing, just have fun. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that is the way.
And that maybe that's not where broadcasting's going, but we're acquiring all these contracts for when the pandemic lifts with the leagues, and that's the way we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And interact with the fans, that's the way it needs to go. Okay, coming back on the Quick Six show topics here, and this is the rollout for Flooring Superstore. Monday fallout. Canada West is this. You've got some more information on that. But I'll say this about the PFC. I've been getting ripped pillar to post by people. Some not very nice things have been said about me, and it's hurt my feelings. Particularly this football guy in Kamloops who said my tweet is incorrect, that the PFC will play. Jan Anton, I think is his name, runs a football team in Kamloops. This isn't even his conference. It came out in the Kamloops paper. I saw it this morning saying that my report was incorrect. So here's what I will say. If the PFC kicks off September 1st, now let me say this. If they don't kick off September 1st, then my report is wrong, and I'll make a formal apology here on this show. But Jan, if the PFC kicks off September 1st, I want you to come on this show and make an apology. That I'll be right. Okay? Is that fair?
That's fair.
That's my report. And I don't see it any different than the National Football saying we're playing. Because it's until further notice, we're going to play, which is kind of what my PFC source was telling me yesterday. I reported that, and this guy, again, said some very not nice things about me. And even the Hilltops have refuted it. They said, nothing's confirmed yet, we're talking about it. I have a lot more respect for the Hilltops, but it's the report that I made. Why are people getting so upset?
You didn't say that they announced it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't say that here's the official announcement from PFC. That's the idea of a report, right? I mean... The Oilers weren't releasing or announcing that Ken Holland was getting signed either to be the team's general manager. But that's the idea of a report, right? We believe they're going to play. You heard from a source they're going to play. So that's the information. If they want to refute it right now, go for it. But it's not going to make you look very good when you do play in September.
Lauren Smith, one of our viewers, clearly a junior football fan, says the hang-up with the PFC and BCFC playing in September is getting approval from the CJFL. Absolutely. That's their business. I was reporting what I heard about the PFC. I know what the hang-ups are. My point is, we'll see. I actually tweeted him a cute little gif saying, I guess we'll see, of a cute blonde saying that. And then he came unglued. It's not guessing. It's... blah, 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 blah. Let's just see who's playing September 1st, and one of us will owe the other an apology. Right now, I don't think either of us know. To the Canada West.
How much fun would it be on Labor Day weekend instead of, me and Clark getting on the field for the celebrity football game? What if you had current and former Huskies against current and former Rams in a touch game? If they're not playing,
brawl will break out.
That'd be fun.
Listen, we did that alumni football game last year with pro football players, and I'm amazed nobody got hurt. But the thing was, they were all Rough Riders, so they all loved each other. When you put two teams against each other that don't like each other, I don't even want to tell stories about guys from alumni hockey games where there's been injuries, there's been fights. I went along with it last year because it was the first of its kind, and it went very well. I'm not sure how I would feel about putting guys against each other because there's a switch.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
When it becomes competitive and you're actually playing against somebody you don't like. And they don't like each other.
I'll leave that with you, okay?
But a very good disclaimer. And now
waiver.
Now you got to send a waiver.
Okay. The last time that we chatted with Mark Recchi was just the start of the pandemic. We're 90 days into it, And we're interested to hear what the Penguins assistant coach has going on in his life right now with his guys as the arenas are opening up, and his Kamloops Blazers as well. Mark Recchi joins us after the break. This has been the Rollout for Flooring Superstar, everybody, and our friends over there, the Dickens. We love them like the Dickens. We'll be right back. You are catching the Rod Pedersen Show on Facebook Live, Game Plus Television Network, and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.